Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today's video is going to be on Arthropod Antics and the Aquariums. It's sort of like a second look type of video on how they've been progressing so far. In total, I own 5 of these nests, and so far the majority of them, other than one of them because I've never used that one before, have done absolutely great at holding my ants. Right here, what you are seeing is a Arthropod Antics colony. My colony recently had a small die-off, but that was mostly my fault because I took a little bit of a week hiatus from keeping ants. You can see that they are still inside of this Aquarium XL. They've been in it since about 100 to 200 workers, and it has done absolute wonders with this colony. Now they don't really use it as much as they used to, but that is because they have a bigger nest. The bigger nest is on the second story of this shelf, and you know, they just prefer to use that one mainly because I barely ever hydrate this one, and also this nest is a little bit too small for them now. This nest has grown this colony to a beautiful amount of workers. They managed to get to about 1,000 to 2,000 workers up until recently when they had a big escape, and also when I sort of they had a small die-off because of me not feeding them for a week. That was completely my fault. But yeah, it did absolutely great with this colony. And these are the Tetramorium bicarinatum. They have been inside of Aquariums for pretty much the majority of the time that they've been, you know, growing steadily. Before this, they were in mini hearth, and they grew pretty well to about 200 workers, and then I moved them into another nest. I forget exactly, I think it was a fortress tall, but that ended up actually killing out the colony, so then I moved it into a Aquarium. From there, with about 50 workers and about 10 queens, they managed to actually completely recover and even grow bigger than what they are now. They have around about 20 to 25 queens now, and pretty much completely done within the Aquarium. Here you can see a little bit of an issue with the nest, but this is personally due to my fault. You can see that there is some type of hydration issue, but that is because these ants like it very moist. You can see it right there, you know, all that beautiful, beautiful condensation, and right here. This is also mostly my fault because I hydrated this nest way too much, mainly on purpose, because this colony really, really likes high humidity. Although in the areas that aren't covered in condensation, you can clearly see the ants. Jumping back over to my Arthropod, you can, right here, due to them not really having a hydrated nest because they like it dry, you can see them clear as day. And this is also mainly why I ended up liking these nests more, is because it's very easy to record these guys inside of these nests. Unlike with mini hearths or other nests, it's very difficult to actually get a nice clear view of the ants due to it being, you know, kind of side to side instead of up and down. I've had my nests, besides from this one that you see here, for about 4 months, and across that 4 months I had barely any issues, besides with one colony being Monomorium minimum. These nests don't exactly do good holding very small species like Monomorium, but even then, it still held them pretty well up until recently when they just started escaping. My main complaint with these nests is that they're 3/8 tubing, which doesn't really fit mine, but that is mostly a personal issue. I actually did just end up buying some 3/8 tubing so that I could just fit it up without a problem. Besides from that small issue, there is also another issue. The lids do crack rather easily. Also, the plaster does crack rather easily as well. So don't try to crack the plaster or be harsh with the nest. Please just like put it down safely, barely maneuver it around. I ended up cracking the one that my Monomorium were in because I was trying to get off the workers and queens, so I was smacking it, and the little bit of the plaster fell and it broke. So, you know, just be careful with it. You know, I should have, you know, been more careful as well. The lids are very easily scratched. Just make sure that you're careful when you're wiping them down to get rid of the sand that sometimes appear after shipping. Speaking of shipping, his shipping is very good. He not only packages it with this one box here, which actually holds the nests and everything, that is absolutely filled to the brim with packaged peanuts, and also, you know, set very carefully in the middle of it, but he also ends up actually shipping it with another box right here, the actual shipping label box. So it's pretty much double safe. You can see the size difference. It's pretty seen, you know. Okay, yeah, there's a little bit of a size comparison with a very nice spoon there, and size comparison again with another spoon on the other box. The box is pretty big. That is pretty much all I have to say about these nests. First things first, before you end up leaving this video, I do have to say, go check out Anthollifer's YouTube channel. I end up being in a video there. It was really fun to make it with him, but you should go ahead and check it out, and maybe even subscribe over to his channel, because he makes some pretty interesting content. But other than that, I'm going to also have the link of Arthropod Antics again in my description, just like how I did when I was making this setup here. I will go ahead and just leave you guys with that. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Subscribe if you're new, like it if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.